At this point, we're ready for the cleaning of the eyebrows. We would need scissors to cut the long eyebrow hair, and we would also need spoolie to guide our hair so when we cut it, it's easier. Then we also need razor. Some artists decide or prefer to use waxing to clean up the eyebrows. But for us, we use shaving so that not to add any more harsh elements to the skin or not to hurt the person's skin more. Because if you add waxing, the skin will be so red. But it's up to you guys what is the best for you or where you're good at. For now, we're just showing you that we are just trimming and shaving the hair. So we continue to trim and shave whatever is not a part of our design. Because after cleaning up, we will be proceeding to tinting to make the area of the brows look fuller, so they will appreciate their brow lamination more. So remember, we're just removing what is not part of our design because we need those hair to make the eyebrows look fuller. That's why we did this brow lamination, because clients opt for a fuller look. There. So if we're happy, we will be proceeding to the other side to clean it up some more. After we remove the hair, we just use a dry tissue to wipe away all those hair or eyebrow hair that we have recently shaved. After all the trimming, make sure to still brush your newly laminated brows with your spoolie to keep it in place. Now we move on to the other side. We also shave on the upper area of the brows because sometimes there is a lot of hair there that is already starting to make it look so messy. So just shave whatever you don't need and continue to brush your eyebrows properly. So we will be putting the video on speed mode as we continue to shave the rest of the brow hairs that is not needed. So when we're done shaving, it's time to design the eyebrows that we want to tint. This is just using an eyebrow pencil that is kind of waterproof, but we are not going to fill in everything. We just want to create a guide of how we are going to place our tint. So make sure your hand is very light. So you are creating a guide up to where you are going to apply and massage that tint. So we're ready for our tint application. We use Reflectosil tint in brown, and we need an eyebrow brush to apply it on the eyebrows. And Reflectosil tint also uses Reflectosil oxidant or developer. See the package of your manufacturer on how to mix or how many drops you're supposed to add to your tint. Every brand has their own instructions, so make sure you read the label of your brand. So right now we are mixing the tint and the oxidant so that it will oxidize and be ready for application. She is mixing it with the eyebrow brush that she will also be using in designing and applying the tint on the eyebrows. Now that our tint is ready and properly oxidized, we are going to start to apply it on the eyebrow. We apply it from the middle or right after the head of your brow, going towards the tail. We don't apply it on the head of the brow, which is the bushiest part near the nose, because we want that area to be lighter compared to the rest of the eyebrow. As you see, the artist is carefully applying the tint where her design was, and from there she just gently spreads it out inside and gently massaging it as well to be sure that the tint is really applied on the hair and also on the skin. There she is applying in the top portion of her design now. Again, you will notice that she did not apply near the nose yet because we want that area to be lighter. Tapping motions will help the color be applied and adhered on the skin, not only the hair. So as you see, she's tapping. She doesn't want to rub because she doesn't want to hurt the skin of the person, but by tapping you are able to make the skin tinted as well. So if you have some excess from your design, you have to use your micro brush to wipe it off immediately so that the excess will not adhere. So she continues to gently tap on the color and spreading it inside as well. So we are now doing the exact same thing on the other side. Making sure that you are tapping the color or gently massaging it to the skin and to the hair and following the design that you have previously made. So when you're done with the sides, you continue to do that, the tinting on the brow head. It will be the last area that you work on because we want that area to be lighter than the rest. So you have to follow, as you apply the tint, you still have to follow the direction of the hair that just freshly laminated. So your movement will generally be upward, following the direction of your freshly laminated eyebrow hair. We do the same on the other side of the eyebrows, starting from the outline of the brow head and brushing upward to follow our laminated hair location or direction. Once we're done, we leave it on for the prescribed time the manufacturer of the tint says so. As for our reflectocil, we leave it for 15 minutes. When we're done curing the reflectocil or your tint, we wipe it with wet tissue first. Why wet tissue? Because the tint developer might be irritating to the skin, so we just want to remove all the residue, and we want the tint staining to be left on the skin and the hair. We don't want to irritate the skin. So she's using wet saline solution based wipe and following the hair direction as she wipes. Now if there is some more cleaning of the excess brows needed, this is a good time to do it because we will be doing the final brushing of the hair towards the lamination or to the direction of the lamination you just did. Once we're happy with our work, we get our spoolie or mascara wand again and brush it to the direction of how we laminated. So some manufacturers have a step 3, which is for caring for the hair. Either they call it lash botox or nourishing oil. Whatever your kit has, you have to use it as a third step after your tint. What you're gonna do, you're just gonna apply it on top of the hair and just cover it with a cling wrap, just like you did with step 1 and step 2. Once you're done with the time required, you just remove your cling wrap again and you wipe the eyebrows again. So, to reiterate, this is for cleansing. Also, see, you remove all the residue, and also for putting care into the brow hair. Okay, so once you're done with step 1, lifting the brows, step 2, fixing wherever or however you have lifted it, then you have your tinting, and then your step 3, which is bringing back care into the brow hair. You are now going to continue to make sure everything is perfect by getting your spoolie and brushing it the way you want it. Some brow lamination artists or therapists decide to use a brow soap after all of the procedure. This is just to make sure that the eyebrows will stay in place for the rest of the day so that it will continue to cure on the position that you want it to. Some artists also give this brow soap as an aftercare to their clients because brow soaps are kind of cheap to give away as an aftercare so that their clients can continue to do this every day. It's a value-added service to your client. You're giving them a gift. They will remember you by it, but at the same time, you are making sure that the lamination will last longer if they comb it upwards every day. It's the same thing with lash lifting. You should comb it upwards every day. With brow lamination, combing it upwards every day, especially in the morning or right after your shower, will make it last longer. And this brow soap will also help. It's like your mascara for your brows in the morning, so it will stay bushy and your lamination will last longer. Brow soap is available in all your online stores. It's easy to buy and generally cheap or inexpensive. Once you're done with everything, get a damp cotton bud to clean up whatever residue is left around the eye area. You want your clients to see their new brow laminated work nice and neat. Now we are done with everything. It's time to show your client her freshly laminated and tinted brows. It might appear dark in the beginning, but rest assured that it will fade quickly to a more natural look. Thank you.